Okay, so basically, a few days ago I asked you guys what your most disliked K-pop songs of all time are, and I compiled all the responses, and today I'm going to be ranking the top 25 answers from my least favorite to most favorite. Of course, this is just my opinion. I probably won't even agree with this in a few days, so you obviously don't have to agree or get upset if I don't like a song that you like or vice versa. This wasn't made to personally offend anyone. But yeah, let's just get into it. Now, I remember when this came out and somehow I could tolerate it, but looking back, this is probably one of the only songs I genuinely just call noise. Should have been kept in the studio. The song itself is just mixed so poorly. Because of that, the instrumental sounds cheap, their vocals don't sound good at all. Like, all of this could have been avoided if it was just mixed a little better. I'm so hot. This sounds like actual clown music. It aged like milk in the matter of weeks. The sound that their company think made Boom Boom popular really just isn't working, and I would not like to see it again. Let's not get it twisted. I do really enjoy this song. I guess lately I've just been finding it kind of boring. I mean, I've been listening to it for 4 years, so it's really not much to me. Like, it's not bad, but it's not particularly good to me anymore. I am an open and avid hater of Zimzalabim, but it does have some redeeming qualities, which places it up here at 21. It just doesn't work as a whole for me. I didn't like Hit, and then I did like Hit, and now it's just kind of sitting in my music library. I mean, I can enjoy it, I guess, but it just kind of lingers below a lot of the songs that I really do like and want to listen to. Now this actually makes me really upset because this could have been such an amazing song. The drop is just, it's just not it. I don't know what they were thinking. When this came out, I really loved it. It always puts me in a good mood, but I don't know. It's not something I actively want to listen to, I guess. When it came out, I thought it was okay. I've grown to really love it. Like Bingo Bangle, it's not my first choice for like happy songs, but it's definitely one I enjoy. Now I haven't listened to this in a while, but while making this list, I heard it in full for the first time in a long time, and it just reminded me how much I really loved it. Still one of my favorite songs in general. I haven't been feeling her recently. I don't know. Like, usually this is high ranking on any list of mine, but as I was listening to everything, it kind of just paled in comparison to how much I love some of the other songs coming up, so I don't really listen to Not Today at all. I'm not even sure if it's on my phone actually, but Luna's cover at KCON really reminded me how much I do love it. Like, there's nothing wrong with the song. I just don't listen to it often. This was another song where I wasn't really sure where to put it because I really do love it, but I don't listen to it super often anymore. I know it's what you consider noisy, It's definitely up there in terms of songs that I regularly listen to.
Have some fun.
I don't care what y'all say, this is one of my favorite from his songs. It's the song that got me to stand them. It's basically love at first listen. I mean, I just love Fun so much.
I wanna be a friend that I give you shit. No, I cannot be a pet.
I don't want to talk about this. We're just gonna acknowledge that it's up this high on my list and move on. Some of y'all are really like adamantly against Icy, and I don't understand because this is easily better than Dalla Dalla. I don't like, there's no comparison to even be made. I genuinely have loved this song since it was released, and that was before I was even much of a girl group stan, let alone a cute concept enthusiast. And I don't know why so many of you hate it so much. I do like this song, don't get me wrong, but it seems like every time I have to rank it against other songs, it's either really, really high or really, really low. It really does just depend on how I'm feeling, I guess. Right now I made it up here, but I can't really explain why. Now, I'm not gonna hide the fact that I originally found this a very underwhelming debut, but it's aged like fine wine. It only gets better. I'm so close to standing their whole discography would rank high for me, to be honest, so it's only fair. Now, just like Idol, this could have gone either way for me, really. I understand a lot of people don't like it. I'm really in love with Kill This Love, I guess. I wouldn't really be able to explain why I love this song so much, except for mainly the fact that it just puts such a big smile on my face. It genuinely makes me feel happy. I had to tie this with their debut because I really can't decide which one I like better. It kind of just keeps going back and forth throughout each song and each time I listen to either one. The power this has, the impact this has, the international implications this has. This was the debut of the year, Rookie Girl Group of the Year. I don't know what else to say. This was my favorite title track of 2018, my favorite Red Velvet track by far. I don't get the weird hate relationship many Rebel Loves have with Bad Boy. I don't really care either. This bops. This is only their debut, and I'm absolutely obsessed. We have to stand. So, I don't know about you guys, but this is number one for me.